What's going on, everyone? This is Benjamin Dixon from the BenjaminDixonShow.com. I just had to take a minute and do a quick video on the absurdity of the incident in Senatobia, Mississippi, where the school board, the school superintendent, Jay Foster, filed disturbing the peace charges against 4 family members of graduates. The family members celebrated during the ceremony, and we all are, if you've ever been to a graduation, you're familiar. They ask you to hold your applause to the end. Usually it doesn't happen. There's usually at least 3 or 4 people who celebrate their family members when they come across the stage. It happens everywhere. But in Mississippi, this is something that you can go to jail for. And in fact, after the family members were escorted out, they were asked to leave because they celebrated. They were escorted out and they left. 2 weeks later, they received warrants for their arrest for disturbing the peace. Attached to that warrant was a $500 bond. And not only that, they have to go to court on this coming Monday and pay court fees, and everything else are legal fees if they have to get lawyers with regard to this. So all of this because they celebrated the graduation of their children. Now listen, I don't want to put so much emphasis on the fact that this is absolutely something that they should have been able to celebrate. I understand the rules and people give, but sometimes you take the rules too far. Whenever you put a program over people, you've absolutely lost your way. And anytime you take that program and you press charges because people did not acquiesce to your demands or to your request, there's a little bit of a Napoleon complex going on there. Your program is not so important that you could press charges. Dismiss them like you did, and they left. That should have been the end of the story. But now this is national news, and now these people have to go to court because this Jay Foster, the school superintendent, for all intents and purposes, lost his mind. I don't think I've ever heard of something as ridiculous, and I'm curious if there's any legal scholars out there who can help us to understand how is it that not complying with someone's request could equate to disturbing the peace. Or even when you're at a public event in a public facility, how simply talking and saying something out loud equates. What is the threshold? That's the question. What is the legitimate threshold for disturbing the peace? And how is it that these incidents, if you watch the video, how is it that that even meets the bar for disturbing the peace? I think it's asinine, I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's an example of small people given authority and the legal system actually backing this up. The fact that the police actually issued the warrants, I mean, the fact that the warrants were issued and the police executed the warrants is really, I mean, I'm surprised that they didn't just straight out laugh at them. But this is Mississippi, and I've spent many years in Mississippi. I know a lot of good people there, but there's a lot of stupid stuff that happens there too. Sorry, Mississippi, I love you. But this is one of those things. This is absolutely absurd. And I hope that once this is over with, they can file a civil suit against Jay Foster and the school system to, at a minimum, get these court fees and their legal fees taken care of, because this is trumped up, frivolous charges that never should have happened. There's really not much more to say about this video except for it's amazing how power-hungry people, the extent to which power-hungry people will go to ensure that people comply with their demands, which is an entirely different conversation for another day. All right, so this is Benjamin Dixon for the Benjamin Dixon Show, and we'll talk to you again on the next video. Thanks.